I'm Gray Norsworthy. I'm the pastor of Johns Creek Presbyterian Church. I think one of the things that makes Johns Creek different is our motto is not for us alone. And we believe that we are called here to serve others. So we look for opportunities in Johns Creek Presbyterian Church that we can serve others with the love of Christ. When you leave here on Sunday mornings, you see signs on our campus that say you are now entering your mission field. So one of the things we try to do is think about how God is calling each one of us to enter our mission field and to do the things that God is calling us to do. We are a church where people want to know who they are, they want to know who God is, they want to know who other folks are, and they also want to be known. So we're, as one person who's just joined our church has said, we're a combination of large and small, maybe the best of both of those things. We're large enough to have some wonderful ministries and programs where people can connect, and yet we're small enough so that you don't get lost in the crowd. So ours is a church where people want to go deeper in their relationships with each other and deeper in their relationship with God through Jesus Christ.
I really love the youth. We have like a really good youth group, and like it's really fun. And we get to go on camps in the summer. So
I really love about this church is that there's always a bunch of different activities that we can do. Like even it's not just the sermons and stuff. Like we did that paint run, and it was really fun.
I like this church because they're very approachable people. I've been coming here since I was half a year old, and the people here are just so friendly. And I'm in college now, and I come back and they just open me with open arms and just welcome me back. And I just love how friendly people are, and it's just been my home away from home for several years now, and I love it.
I love how everyone is so welcoming, and everyone just treats each other like family. And I love the youth group here at our church. Everyone's really involved, and you make a lot of new friendships and have a lot of fun.
I love the music at Johns Creek Presbyterian Church.
I love, we've been here so long, I love the friendships I've formed over the last few years in these small groups.
That was good. I love the sense of community at this church and the fact that everybody's allowed to kind of move at their own pace.
I love the great preachers that'll help you out whenever you need it.
It's just right. Everything about it is just right.
We've been here for 14 years now, 13 years I think. And our kids have grown up. We've had an incredible youth group program, and they're both now heading off into college. Well, one's almost out of college. And just we have a lot of friends that we consider family here. It's really neat.
Friendly church, very dynamic, people are great.
And it's not for us alone.
I love the friendliness and the feeling of family in the church. I enjoy the choir a whole lot.
One of the things that sets us apart is that we are looking for a vibrant traditional experience when it comes to worship. We don't think worship should ever be boring here. Worship should be something where we enjoy being in God's presence and being with each other. So one of the things we really try to do is to make the worship experience one that connects with folks through the music, through the different parts of worship. If you come here on Sunday morning, you may hear a Dixieland jazz band one Sunday, you may hear a jazz blues guitarist one Sunday, you may hear a string section, you may hear brass, you may hear a contemporary Christian artist. All of these help set the tone so that when we come together, we have a very alive worship service. And yet we hold on to the things in our past that we think are really important. These are anchors that help us stay grounded in the things that Christians before us have thought are important. So we try to blend those two between things that are new and vibrant, and yet things that have their roots that go deep. And that's what makes Johns Creek a wonderful place to gather for worship. Friends, Jesus, the Son of the living God, the true King of all creation, the one who was resurrected from the dead that first Easter and who now reigns in heaven, that Jesus is not safe, but he is good. So which story do you believe? The one that leads to both fear and joy, like the women experienced at the tomb that first Easter? Or do you believe the story that wants to play it safe and try to keep the truth buried in a tomb? I will tell you this: the choice you will make will change everything. If you choose to believe the story of the risen Christ, your life will no longer be safe, but it will be good. Because you will begin to live as a follower of Christ, and it will not be boring. You may experience the highest highs and the lowest lows, but you will never be alone. Because Jesus promises to be with you always to the end of time. You may enter into the unsafe territory of not being able to control every aspect of your life. But you will be safe in the arms of a loving God who will use every life experience, even the most painful, and bring something good out of it in the end. So this Easter, whether it's for the very first time, or something that you choose to do again and again every moment of your life, this Easter, choose to believe the story that is the truth. And as Jesus said, the truth will set you free.
We have an active and thriving music ministry here as part of our worship services each and every week. We have handbell choirs for all ages, from 4 years all the way up through adults. We have a chancel choir that sings in worship most Sundays. If you love to make a joyful noise unto the Lord, we're happy to have you as part of our choir.
We have some experiences for kids here that I find to be unique and exciting. We have a worship experience every Sunday morning for our kids upstairs that they just started a couple of years ago when they changed some of the schedules and how it happened on Sunday mornings. They wanted children to really have a time where they can learn what it means to be in worship and have it in a way that they can be excited and share their energy, and it's okay to move around and dance and sing and not have to be worried that they're interrupting an adult while they're trying to have a worship experience. So every Sunday morning after the children's sermon, you'll see a wealth of kids run down the aisle and run upstairs, just excited to come up and have a worship experience together. They really look forward to it. And we do all kinds of things up there, but mainly the focus is to help them understand what it means to worship, what it looks like when we spend time in worship with adults, and how we can explain what some of those things are so that they really have a better understanding of how we can share our love and how we can worship our God.
Johns Creek Presbyterian Church, we are blessed with a wonderful youth program. It predates my coming here. It even predates Scott Huey, who is our pastor for the youth. But it is an exciting, energetic youth program with kids from all different schools in the Johns Creek area. We have a confirmation program that when kids are in 7th or 8th grade, we talk to them about their faith and their faith journeys, and we give them the opportunity to profess their faith in Christ. They have mentors they're paired up with, adults who talk to them about their Christian faith. The adults share their own stories. The kids get to ask questions, and some wonderful lifelong relationships are established in the confirmation process. And then they go on retreats during the summer. They go on mission trips, usually once a year. They have fun events at the Monterey Youth Conference. Our youth program is this wonderful combination of fellowship and study and service, which we think are 3 really important components of any dynamic and important youth program.
Hello, my name is Scott Huey, and I am the Associate Pastor for Youth.
here at Johns Creek Presbyterian Church. Been here for 3 years. I've been in youth ministry for over 20 years. I couldn't be the oldest youth minister in the business, but I'm still at it. And I'm here because I just love kids. I love being with kids. I love just catching some of their spirit. I love being with them and all their mojo, and I love it especially when I see them make a connection with the faith. When God becomes real in their lives and it becomes a transforming experience. And that happens here at Johns Creek Presbyterian Church. This is just a great place to do ministry. Kids love being here. They come for the fun. They come for the fellowship. But I think more than anything, they come because this is where faith happens. We got an exciting, bustling program. We have a thing called Sunday Night Live. We meet right here in this place. The band plays right here on the stage. We have praise and worship. We have dinner. We have some fun and games, and then we break up into small groups and have dig deeper into the scriptures and have a small group program where the gospel becomes real for our young people. Besides Sunday nights, we also have a Sunday morning program. It's called Fuel. Right there, faith used for everyday life. And we have a whole bevy of kids who come not just to worship on Sunday mornings, but they also come to, I guess you call it Sunday schools, the traditional phrase for it. We also are involved heavily in mission. Every month we go downtown and we serve the homeless. And we don't just hang out in our little suburban bubble here in Johns Creek, but we like to get our hands dirty, and we like to get out there in the real world and to do ministry and to really seek to be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. We'll go and serve about 300 homeless people breakfast in downtown Atlanta every month. And then on occasion we'll go and we'll go volunteer at the Atlanta Community Food Bank, and we have other fundraisers throughout the year to kind of reach out into the community. This is just a great place to be. Like I said, I feel like I got the best job in the world. I get to hang with teenagers and to share life and love and faith and God, and there is no better thrill than that.
Even before Johns Creek Presbyterian Church was established, we had a preschool. Founding pastor went to someone and said, "You need to start a preschool here." So this church met in the house behind the church now. That was the original building. And the preschool met in the basement. So from the very beginning, Johns Creek Presbyterian Church, it was then called Church of the Hills, has had this ministry to kids and their parents. Chris Horn, our preschool director, has a wonderful staff. Over the years it has grown. There are now 185 kids. It's full, but it's a wonderful way that these kids experience the love of Christ when they are very, very young. And they do a wonderful ministry with that.
I'm Chris Horn, and I'm the preschool director for Johns Creek Presbyterian Preschool. We have a preschool with approximately 185 children, some who attend 5 days a week, but most who attend 2, 3, or 4 days a week. We have children from ages 1 as of September, and then going on to our Young Fives class. We have 11 classes and 11 different classrooms with 16 classes and a staff of around 35 people. All of us work part-time, and most of our teachers have been with us for years and years and years, and primarily had children that went through our program. We are now in our 20th year, and I have been here for 18 of those 20 years. I work with an awesome group of women who do this because they love the children and they love being here. During the course of the year, we have a couple of special activities. In the spring, we have what we call a trichothon. It's also in conjunction with an art show. Each child in the school has a piece of artwork hanging on the bulletin board or on the wall outside of their classroom with their name on it, and it's usually something very special that the teachers have planned ahead for. They also bring a trike, bike, scooter, whatever they ride, and a helmet. We block off the parking lot. They ride and ride and ride, and then when they're through with that, they again go in the jumpies, have face painting. It's a fun, busy year. We're on fast forward, and we have a good time every day.
Here at Johns Creek Presbyterian Church, we're blessed to have some wonderful partnerships. One that emerged when we were trying to discover the vision that God was calling us to follow in the coming years took place a few years ago when we noticed a number of our church members were battling cancer. And when we were trying to figure out what's our particular mission here in Johns Creek, we came in contact with the Can Care Ministry based out of Houston, Texas. One of our church members named Kay was a 3-time survivor of cancer. And she was sharing her story about how she had been ministered to when she lived in Houston with a Can Care minister. And we didn't know what that was. And she shared with us that she was paired up with someone who had survived cancer and who helped walk with her, being the mother of young kids, when she was diagnosed with cancer, and to help her find her spiritual resources and how her relationship with God could help her make it through that. When she moved here to Johns Creek, she shared that story with us. And when we were trying to discern what God is calling us to do, we felt like we were called to be the lead church in the Atlanta area with this Can Care ministry. So we have a wonderful partnership with them. We train lay people who have survived cancer, who want to make a difference in the lives of others, to be paired up with people who are going through cancer. And it is a ministry that has taken off in Johns Creek, and we think is going to be spreading to the whole Atlanta area very soon.
I am Connie Masters. I'm the unit director for the Ambulatory Infusion Center, which is a satellite location for Winship Cancer Institute here at Johns Creek. We do chemotherapy infusions for cancer patients along with supportive care. So what Can Care does for us is they come and they make routine visits to our infusion center with our patients here. And these are cancer survivors who come and talk with our cancer patients and provide emotional support for them while they go through their treatments. And one of the things that they do is they always bring our new patients a prayer shawl. And these prayer shawls are actually knitted by the a group of ladies within the church congregation. And once all these prayer shawls are made, they are taken to the altar of the church. The children in the congregation come up to the altar and they place their hands on these prayer shawls for a prayer of healing. And then that is given a blessing, and that blessing is then given and presented to our patients here. Once a patient receives one of these prayer shawls, they bring them with them each and every visit. And they will put these next to their skin, and then they'll take our warm blankets and put over this. So they always want to make sure that the prayer shawl is next to them. Can Care is also a part of our cancer committee here at the Johns Creek location, and they are also working with us to start a breast cancer support group here at this location, which we will start in August.
The folks at Johns Creek Presbyterian Church have been fantastic. You know, this ministry of their church, you know, the Can Care movement, you know, them being a driving force behind this, the individuals in the church knitting and donating the prayer shawls, you know, them providing, you know, volunteer staff that comes over to work with us. I mean, that is the beauty, I think, of the community partnership between a hospital and a local congregation. And I think that's, you know, we need more of that. And they're certainly a leader in that fashion. I can't imagine us trying to do this without the folks at Johns Creek Presbyterian Church.
So every Winship Cancer Institute has a bell, and this bell signifies that the patient has completed their chemotherapy. And it says, ring this bell 3 times well. It tolls to clearly say my treatment's done, for this course is run, and I am on my way. So a patient, when they finish, they ring. We go one more step. We play the happy song, and all the nursing staff dances with the patient. It's cool.
So we're here this evening at the 2nd annual In Harmony for Cancer Can Care concert and silent auction. The community's come together. It's a wonderful evening featuring Banks and Shane, and we're here to support Can Care, our cancer support network that we're developing in Atlanta. Can Care fights cancer by providing hope to cancer patients and caregivers through the survivorship of those who have taken that long walk into cancer treatment and survived it. Nowadays, with the advance in modern medicine and the hope that survivorship brings to cancer patients, there's about a 70% likelihood if you ever hear these words, you have cancer, that you'll survive. It wasn't 30 years ago, it was less than 50%, so we've had a great advancement. And it's because communities like ours come together, bringing together the whole community, communities of faith, the medical community, neighborhoods, gathering forces together and supporting causes like CanCare. So we're delighted this evening that the community has turned out and is sharing together in the hope that we are sharing through CanCare.
Now everybody clap your hands, come on y'all, give yourself a chance. You got soul, and everybody knows that it's alright. Oh, it's alright, it's alright. You know that it's alright, it's alright, it's alright to have a good time, 'cause it's alright. Oh, it's alright, it's alright to have a good time, 'cause it's alright. Oh, it's alright.
I want to thank you for taking time to learn more about Johns Creek Presbyterian Church. We hope that you'll come by and visit us in person on Sunday morning, and we have 9 and 11 o'clock worship services. We're here during the week, or you can check us out on our website at jcpcusa.org and learn more about all that God is doing here at Johns Creek Presbyterian Church.